today I'm going to break down the newly announced Cosmic Legions OxKrewe Book 2 Harrow Zone wave from Four Horsemen Studios. This wave is a continuation of the OxKrewe storyline, so we're going to see a lot of the same themes and elements from that first wave, including the spacesuit, the Thraxians, the kind of like lizard people, and the skatebacks, and so on. So a lot of like continuation to that, and like that wasteland theme is kind of being developed. That was only just like teased at the end of that last wave. So pretty cool stuff here, and let's dive in. This wave has 8 total items, 7 figures, and 1 accessory set. There are 2 2.0 style figures and 4 1.0 style figures, though there's a number of different bodies. And then there's one unique creature / mount in there. So a pretty cool variety and selection of stuff here. And starting off with these standard figures, you got 4 standard figures, one of which is a 2.0 and the rest are 1.0. We do have 1 Masters of the Universe tribute there. We'll talk about that in a bit. That is very near and dear to me. And then we have 3 deluxe figures, the mount, and then the 2 figures, a 1.0 figure and a 2.0 figure. And then finally, we do have the special or the accessory set. So that's your basic overview, and let's get a little more detailed on each of these categories. For the standard figures, we first have Jobara, who is a female 2.0 figure. If you're not familiar with the difference between 1.0 and 2.0, basically the 2.0 figures, if you know Mythic Legions at all, the 2.0 figures are the slimmer figures like the elves, the goblins, and a lot of the female figures. And the same thing kind of carries over for Cosmic Legions. So this is still a 6 to 7 inch figure, but it's on a slimmer body. It's not compatible with the 1.0 figures. Those are the more bigger, bulkier 6 to 7 inch figures. So this one is the single 2.0 figure among the 4 standard figures. Next, we have the Thraxian Hunter. This is a 1.0 style figure, and it carries over from the first wave, that kind of Thraxian lizard man body, but this one adds some new sculptures. Definitely the heads are new, and the forearms are bare now. So you don't just have the armored forearms, you're getting kind of closer and closer to the the fully bare lizard body, which could be very, very useful for customizing and for future figures, including Mythic Legion stuff. And similar to Jobara, who is a former Tusk, or is a current Tusk, but is like a stranded Tusk operative or soldier, then we also have Hylor Kryn, who is also a Tusk soldier, and it's on that Tusk body, but it's got a bunch of new parts added to it to kind of change things up. This one's got that total wasteland desert looking survivor kind of style with that helmet and everything. And this again is a 1.0 figure. It is a standard release. And while this next one isn't really part of the main storyline, it being a Masters Tribute figure, this is indeed my absolute favorite of the wave. This is the Buzz-Off Tribute, and one of the reasons is I'm a huge Buzz-Off fan. Sure, yes, I love Buzz-Off. I have a Buzz-Off collection, but I have a friend, David Williams, who actually Four Horsemen based this figure on his design, and last year at Legions Con, he kindly sold me his custom that this figure is based on. And we've formed a relationship, and he actually designed the DorkLair t-shirt. And so David is like such a great friend, and he's so deserving of this honor of having his custom turned into a fully fledged Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions figure here in this Buzz-Off tribute. So huge congratulations to David Williams on this one. And that original is coming home to you, my friend. It's on the way now. And this one's name is Anthophilius. Antho meaning flower, and phile being lover, so lover of flowers, and a Anthophile is essentially a bee, or like any kind of creature that loves flowers, or a person who loves flowers too. So pretty cool name. And it's also a 1.0 figure. It uses some mythic parts and some cosmic parts. The wings are from the Sphexian. The head is from the original Tusk Sentry. You have the torso, armor, upper arms, upper legs, loincloth, belt, armor, like the forearm armor. All that is Mythic Legions. you've got the Sphexian hands, and then you've got the pretty common lower legs and feet that are on a lot of different Cosmic Legions figures. And then here's a look at all 4 figures with their alternate heads on there and all of their accessories. These are pretty loaded figures. The standard figures nowadays are just coming with a ton of stuff, cloth goods, and, you know, you name it, like just tons of paint applications. They are just including more and more with every figure these days. And these being standard figures, these are $37 when you pre-order directly from Four Horsemen Studios. Later on, after this direct pre-order ends in September, then the retailers will open them up, and these $37 figures are usually $50. I don't see any reason why that would change, so expect these to be $50 at retail. And towards the end of the video, I will talk a little bit about the differences between the direct ordering and weighing your options between that and retail. I also want to take a minute to appreciate the amazing environment shots from Trevor 16Shooter, who does all the photography for Four Horsemen Studios. We have Jabara on this vehicle, which, who knows, maybe that'll make an appearance as a custom, perhaps, maybe at Legions Con, who knows. And then we have the Thraxian attacking the vehicle and Jabara defending it. And then we have Hylor Kryn. I think that might be my favorite of those first 3, this Hylor shot. I really like that Hylor figure. Aside from the Buzz-Off tribute, then I think my next favorite is Hylor. Honestly, I think that figure is just amazing. And then there we do have Buzz-Off as well, flying around there, flying home. He's flying back home to Arizona. And moving into the deluxe figures, first up is Cog, who is a modification of that Eularia Velok Orvar spacesuit body with a bunch of new parts, including like a different like the lower torso. The arms are a little bit different. I think the feet are different. You know, it's a different shape of that similar kind of like spacesuit going on there. And you've got this kind of like simian ape-like head sculpt. And I just think this is awesome. It's a really cool figure. This is also a 1.0, technically like a 1.0 compatible figure, I believe, even though it's like a lot of new parts, and there might be some miscompatibility there because it's so big, but I think technically these are 1.0 style figures. And then there's Bungie, who is a modification of the original Scapeback with a new head, new legs, new saddle, and it's got a bedroll, and just a very interesting take because the Scapeback looked scary and then this thing looks friendly. It's pretty neat how you can take that same basic body and then like really just transform it into something totally different. So that is Bungie, the deluxe Scapeback. Next is Og-Cha. This is the character who rides Bungie, the Scapeback, and he is a Veblian like Uk-Ha from the first wave. And it comes with this poncho, which I think really is what makes this a deluxe figure. It's just a super intricate, very highly detailed cloth piece, sculpted, wired, all that stuff from C. Jessom. And here's a look at the alternate looks for Cog and Og-Cha. Cog with the dome on there and some of his tools. He is the mechanic. And Og-Cha with the poncho removed. He has a very shark-like look to his body here. And we have the accessories that come with them. You have Cog's various tools. There's his tail and Og-Cha's sniper rifle. It's crazy to think of him riding around on Benji like this weird alien with this sniper rifle picking people off. And then on the bottom is that bedroll that was on the back of Benji, or Bungie, I should say. That bedroll is actually functional. It is a cloth goods piece from C. Jessom, so it adds a fun little world building kind of play feature to that Bungie character. And there you have your 3 deluxe figures. They are $48 when you pre-order direct from Four Horsemen, and when they hit retail, they should be about $60. The Scapeback might be $55 because the first Scapeback was $55, but I think everything else will be $60. And just taking a quick look at Trevor's photos here, we have the environment shots. This is what looks like Cog and I think he's been captured and he's being sort of forced to fix their gear or something like that. I got to really dive into the lore. I'm a little behind on that. And then we have the escape back bungee up on a hill or something like that here. And again, these shots by Trevor are absolutely awesome. And then we have Ugh Cha over here. Nicely done, Trevor. Finally, we have the accessory kit, the Wasteland Survival Set, which comes with a couple diorama pieces and various tools. Looks like a flashlight and binoculars and so on. And then this is going to be $25 direct, $35 retail. And of course, we have a fantastic shot from Trevor. Leave it to Trevor to make a set of tools and boxes look awesome. You got high lore in the background there, but sweet stuff. And again, Trevor, amazing work as always on this stuff. And when you add up all of the individual prices from the direct pre-order, it comes to a total of $317, but they do offer an all-in, and that is a discounted price of $300. So you're saving $17 when you buy the all-in from this set, which is a great price because when you look at the retail price, that's going to be $415. I want to talk a little bit about direct versus retail because it's not as simple as just saying, oh, look, it's cheaper to order direct, because sometimes there are different factors that might play in, especially if you live like far away from Four Horsemen and you can get it from someone local. So a few things to consider. I covered this in the last video, but again, first of all, $300 direct, $415 retail. If you buy direct, you do have to pay now. If you buy retail, you generally will pay when it ships. So, your money might be better off spent somewhere else right now instead of having it held. I prefer to just have it out of the way and then not be surprised when it ships, but that's up to everybody for their own budgets and whatnot. And then also there's, direct, you're getting a calculated shipping price based on the size of your order and the distance and all that. Oftentimes retailers will offer some free shipping or just like a flat rate shipping, like $5 or something like that. Though when you order direct, you typically almost always get it earlier than the folks who ordered it from retail because they usually do a street date to kind of level the playing field for the retailers. And that's typically going to have to be weeks after the direct stuff ships. So just some things to consider. Also consider supporting a local retailer if that's an option. That's always a great thing to do. But when you order direct, you're supporting a small company and that's also great as well. So weigh your options, play around with your cart, see what's what, and try to figure out for yourself what is going to be the best option. If you want estimates and they're not there, obviously they're not going to be up on, say, Big Bad Toy Store or your favorite retailer yet, but you could go in and go on that retailer and put something in your cart that's now, right? That's in stock now. And you could kind of get a sense of what shipping might be or whatever, but you have options. Definitely consider them. You have plenty of time. This sale ends in a month. So it's September 1st, I think, is when it ends. And then after September 1st, September 2nd, the retailers will open them up. And those will be up for a while. And then they have a certain window of time to place their orders with Four Horsemen Studios. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Congrats again, David Williams. This is amazing. And until next time, may the Force be with you.